Zell Boy Army. Welcome to another spicy video on the channel today. In today's video, I'm talking to you about things you need to think about when it comes to improving your team that a lot of people do not consider. These tips when it comes to SBCs, objectives, promos are going to make a big difference when it comes to building your ultimate team over the course of a FIFA. I've played Ultimate Team every year since it came out. Was it FIFA 08, FIFA 09? Obviously, SBCs, objectives are relatively new over the last few years, but I know how they work, and I've got lots of advice that I think can help you guys and will go a long way in improving your team over time. So, let's get into it and look first at SBCs. So, SBCs, squad building challenges. We've got quite a few. EA starting to bring a few more out now. The content's starting to get a little bit better. I'm liking it. It started off pretty slow. We're just over a month into the game. Personally, I don't think it's been that good. But SBCs tend to get better as the year goes on. So we tend to get, there's 3 or 4 types of SBCs. You get the general, just ones like marquee matchups, random packs that you can get, like the Newcomers Challenge, Night Fright, these type ones that just give like a premium gold players pack. They give random packs. The second one are player SBCs, where you get like a literal, you do submit this many squads, submit 4 squads, and you get an 89 rule breakers variety. The third one, I've already done it, is like, will it say, does it come under this? It's like the Heroes upgrade pack. It should be there, where you submit a squad or submit a few squads, and in return you get a pack which has a set amount of players or type of player. So the Foot Hero upgrade, where you submit this and you get a guaranteed hero, but it could be one of any. So it's a bit of a lottery. Those are the main type of SBCs we tend to get. Now, the main type that I'm going to be talking about here are the player, or like ones where you get a hero guaranteed, but it could be anyone. These marquee matchup premium gold player packs, like the ones where you submit 1 SBC, get pack, they tend to normally be pretty bad, but they're normally 1 or 2 that, if you have untradables, you can get a pretty decent pack for free, but they're not that big a deal. The player packs and the ones where you get like a hero, those are the big ones. Now, you need to consider quite a few things when it comes to these SBCs, and a lot of people don't consider these, so this is what this video is about, to help you from falling into traps that a lot of people do. The first one is consider the price. So a great tool is to go onto a website like Futbin. Futbin, Futwiz, Futhead, great websites. I think Futbin is probably the best when it comes to SBC solutions and prices. My favourite when it comes to just searching for players and adding chemistry styles to players is Futwiz. But when I do SBCs, I go to Futbin. On Futbin, straight away, I go to the website. It says Verratti SBC, 130,000, 125,000 on PlayStation. Kevin Prince Boateng, 42 on PlayStation, 46 on Xbox, etc., etc. You can see the price. You have to look at the player price and say, is that worth it, in my opinion? The thing you have to remember with these SBCs is once you do them, they are going to be untradeable, unless it says tradable, but it's very rare that that happens. So, consider the price. Consider, this player's untradeable. Is he going to get in my team and last there a long time? If he's going to be in it for a week, probably not worth getting an untradeable player. The other thing you can consider as well is, so this Kevin Prince Boateng, if you were playing a Bundesliga team, he's probably the best midfielder in the Bundesliga with Goretzka right now. Honestly, he's probably better than Goretzka, which is pretty crazy. This Boateng is crazy. So if they fit your team is another key criteria. Not many people are running Ghanaian teams. Quite a few people might be running Bundesliga teams. I actually saw someone use this Boateng with Essien and Abedi Pele linking him, which I thought was pretty cool. But yeah, you need to consider, does he fit your team? Will he last a long time in the team? So a card like Kante, honestly, I think this Boateng's quite a bit better than that Kante. He's got less pace, but much better shot, passing. Bit worse defending, well, quite a bit worse defending, but better physically, better on the ball, better passing. That Boateng's miles better, but he's like 8 times cheaper. But Kante's Prem, Chelsea, like, he's a lot easier to link. So if the card's a hard one to link in, just because the card's good, if he's not going to fit your team, don't do him. Don't do a card that is massively overpriced. Verratti, I actually quite like. I actually quite like this variety card, except for his pace and shooting, so I'm not going to do it. Don't just do a card because he has some insane stats, but is worse in other areas. There's lots of things you have to consider. The only player SBC I've done this year was on my road to glory. I did the Fakir SBC because he suited my team and he was a very good card with potential of upgrades. Don't fall into the trap of doing an SBC that you're barely going to get any use out of. It could end up being that the player might last a month and drastically improve your team for that time. Go for it. Now, when it comes to these like hero upgrade packs, you're going to get loads of these and icons throughout the year. I did this for free on my main account, and I had so many untradables that I was often packing untradables that I just had to discard. So I did it for free because I had so much to get rid of. If you're going to have to spend, the pack cost around, let me see what it says on Footbin right now. The pack right now actually costs 200k, just under. There's about 5 or 6 cards out of maybe 20 hero cards that are worth more than that. And obviously, they're harder to pack. The odds of packing Jidler in this pack are a lot lower than packing Timmy Cahill. Funnily enough, the guy I packed. So, you have to think, when you look at the value of these packs, how many of these guys that you could actually pack in there are going to be worth it? If there's only 1 or 2 that you actually would use, and you wouldn't use any of the others, and you have to remember they're going to be untradeable, and you have to pay 200k, don't do it. If you're in my situation, we've got a load of untradables, you're willing to take the lottery and hopefully get one of the top ones, go for it. Icon packs, they're going to throw loads of these this year. Don't ruin your club and drain your club just because you want to take a lottery chance on these. Don't ruin your club for the rest of FIFA just to go on a lottery, basically. Now, those are the SBCs. Objectives are actually something that not many people take much notice of, but you can get, especially in the milestone section, you can get some pretty damn good packs. Ultimate pack, Jumbo Rare Player Pack, the Champions one, you get an Ultimate pack if you scored 200. Win 50, you get a Jumbo Rare Player Pack. Make sure you actually go and collect these. Hardly anyone ever collects these and doesn't open them until the end of the season, and by then, the packs are worthless. Check these out and see if there's any that you're close to getting. If you're close to getting some of these, it might be worth going for them. And then you could save the pack for a promo that comes out. Objectives, quite often there might be players in there that you could use in your team. That Antonio, for a lot of people, would be a good impact sub. You might be quite close to some of these and actually be worth doing them to make sure that you end up getting the season progress. The season progress is pretty crap. Like, the level 30 players are pretty damn awful, and I won't be using any. And I don't think any of these would get into anyone's actual good teams. If you've played enough to get to level 30, put it this way, you won't have a team that needs these guys. But you might like some of this other stuff. The Objectives, Milestones, Foundations, whilst not used properly, in my opinion, by EA, could be a lot better. There is definitely stuff you can do with them that can help your club. Final thought I wanted to talk about before we finish this video was an interesting article I saw on BBC News about NFTs. So the article I tweeted about, if you don't follow my Twitter, get involved, Zelonius on Twitter. It says, EA says NFTs are a part of the future of games industry. This is something I could maybe do a wider video about, but I think it's a very interesting time for gaming as we've moved into the new generation of consoles. Things are drastically changing constantly in tech. EA is saying that collectible NFTs are an important part of the future of the gaming industry and that they want to add it into FIFA. I'm not too clued up on NFTs. I know what they are, and I know the concept, but I've never bought one, never really gone too much depth into them. So for me, I'm quite intrigued by this, how it could look in FIFA. What do you guys think? How do you think NFTs could be added to FIFA? How would they look in your opinion? Let me know in the comments below. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. As always, I really do appreciate your support. Keep it spicy. I'll see you in the next one.